What's up, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez, back with another NBA player prop video for you. Today's Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. As always, I hope this finds you doing well and in good spirits. What we're going to do here is recap plays. We're going to go ahead and touch upon injury news, and then we're going to dive into a few new plays that I like for today's NBA slate. So if all that sounds good, stick around, drop a like, sub up, and click that notification icon so that you're notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us get into our two plays from Monday. All right, we talked about a couple of plays yesterday, one being Daniel Gafford, over 8 rebounds and assists. He does this, not even a sweat, and he just had himself a really strong overall day. Could have even taken his fantasy points for the over because he had, I think, 4 or 5 blocks and steals yesterday. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for good old James here, who took a back seat to Kawhi Leonard yesterday, who came out and had a really efficient day. Really not a whole lot to say here. We took the over 12.5 rebounds and assists. He finished with, I think, 6, so just not his day. And that's unfortunate because we were sitting very nice and pretty, you know, going into that final game of the night. But we go 1-1 with our plays yesterday. Not the best of results, not the worst of results, but we will be looking to bounce back. We will be looking to get back on the right track with our plays today. Before we get into those plays, let's quickly talk about some injury news going on in the NBA. Injury news looks like this. We got probable Bam, Duncan, and Cam. The law offices of Bam, Duncan, and Cam. Yeah, I don't know why I was so compelled to share that with you. Questionable tags, Zach LaVine, Caruso, Holiday, Middleton. Man, Middleton cannot stay healthy, dude. This dude is forever going to be hurt. Haywood Highsmith, Nick Claxton, DSJ, and Derek Lively. 2. Doubtful, LaMelo Ball, Cam Thomas, and Keegan Murray. And we already know who has been ruled out so far today. It's Jalen Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis, and Neemias Queta. So there is your injury news for Tuesday, November 28th in the NBA. Moving into our plays for today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Here's what I do. Present plays to you via slides, and then we take those slides and we slide our asses on over to props.cash and use the tools over there to break these down. So let me just go ahead and say this. One of our plays was removed. I was able to get a short YouTube short out earlier today. Talked about a couple of plays. Unfortunately, one of those has been removed from the board. So I have a couple of replacement plays. So if you want to replace that Schroeder turnover prop with one of these extra ones, you may do so. Today's also Taco Tuesday. So if you want to wait for the taco and maybe build out a flex using these plays, that's another option for you. So before we move into those plays, again, I just want to share that I think the best approach moving forward is to create a YouTube short to get these plays out to you as quickly as possible. And it does give me a little bit more time to create the full length video. And then in the event plays get bumped or moved or taken away, by the time that full length video is uploaded to the channel, at least that short is out there and you have access to that content. So now we can move on to our plays for today. So we're just going to go ahead and skip over Dennis Schroeder turnovers. That has been removed from the board. Let's talk about Domantas Sabonis. We like the over 1.5 steals and blocks. So a couple of replacements for Schroeder. You can either look at Capella, 9.5 rebounds and assists, or you could take a look at Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 2.5 assists. I like the over on every single one of these plays. We're going to take these plays, we're going to head over to props.cash, and we're going to start breaking these down. All right, so in no particular order, we're going to start with these breakdowns. Let's just dive into this steals and blocks prop for Domantas Sabonis. Minus 137 to go over. Very good matchup with the Warriors. Projected to get us 1.96 steals and blocks. In his head-to-head matchups with the Warriors, you can see right here on the screen, he is averaging 1.7. Over his last 10 on the season, he's averaging 1.8. Has hit a bit of a wall over his last 5, only averaging 1.4. But he does have that 5 blocks and steal upside. So that's what we're banking on here for him to have one of these upside types of games. Overall, on the season, averaging 1.9. It feels like he does get the over on this in every single game. You do need to dig into these game logs, because there are quite a few games where he doesn't go over, that he only gets you 1 or none. But his upside is so high, and he has so many of these 3, 4, 5 steals and blocks games that it does help those numbers. It really, really will increase that average. So Sabonis is in a good spot today versus the Golden State Warriors, and it's just a team he's had success versus, and it's a team that he does really well in terms of defensive statistics. So yeah, not a whole lot to dig into here. Really loving the odds, -137. I think this one will be bumped up or just taken off the board. So again, we kind of dodged that bullet by getting that U2 short out earlier today. You've had plenty of time to take a look at it and figure out if you want to play it or not. But while it's still on the board, we're taking the over 1.5 steals and blocks for Domantas Sabonis. So the Dennis Schroeder play was my favorite play, and that got taken off. But I gotta say, I'm really liking this Nickeil Alexander-Walker assist prop sitting at 2.5. I like the over. We're getting strong odds for it to go over, -130. Decent matchup versus the Thunder. They're sitting 20th in the NBA, allowing 27 assists per game. Now, this one kind of flew under the radar for me because we think of Mike Conley in terms of point guard and running that backcourt, but Mike Conley, isn't the only point guard, isn't the only guy capable of doing that on this team. And so when we take a look at this line, a couple of things we want to, just confirm here. Number one, playing time and minutes. Are they secure for this guy? I think they are. On the season, he's averaging 22.2 minutes per game. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but we can see that starting off the year, he wasn't really getting a whole lot of run. And over the last 3, 6, 7 games, we've seen his minutes increase to over 30 in some of these games. So let's take a look at his last 10 games in terms of minutes, and we can see what he's done in terms of assists. So over his last 10, he's averaging 2.9 assists. And over his last 10 games, we do have a minute increase up to 24 minutes. So things are trending in the right direction for Nickeil Alexander-Walker today. Head-to-head matchups, he has 6 assists. Now, versus the OKC Thunder last year really doesn't count, but it is all we have to go on. So there is some familiarity between he and the Thunder. He has gotten this done for us versus the Thunder. Nice averages on the year, and we like what we're seeing over his last 10 games, and over his last 5 games he's given us an average of 3 assists per game. So very, very low line for a player who should be getting close to 25 minutes in tonight's matchup versus the Thunder. For me, this is an easy over to take, and this is going to be one of our replacements for Dennis Schroeder. Another option you have to replace that Dennis Schroeder line is Clint Capella rebounds and assists. Now, this one's sitting at 9.5. I like this line personally because I believe this is a line he can get with just rebounds alone. Similar to how we broke down Daniel Gafford's line yesterday. We talked about how he could probably hit that with just rebounds alone, and he did. He got over 8 rebounds and assists. The original line was 7.5. He did that with just rebounds. So anything extra in terms of assists is just gonna, icing on the cake for Clint Capella. But we know he is a very strong rebounder. Now, this one isn't getting great odds. He's getting better odds on his rebounds, which has been bumped up to 9. So if you just want to take a look at his rebounds instead of his rebounds and assists, you can. But here's my logic on this. He needs 10 rebounds to go over both of these props. He can and will give us an assist pretty much every single game. So in the event he has a below average rebounding night, let's say he gets us 8 rebounds tonight and he was able to get us 2 assists, there's the over on his rebounds and assists. Or let's say he gets us 9 rebounds and he pushes his line at 9, and he's also able to get us that 1 assist. Now he's over. So it's not like he doesn't get us any assists. It's just not going to be like tops on the team. I just like the upside. I like the added stat in there to supplement a below average rebounding night if he has one. I think there is just more upside here for this line, and they're basically the same because he needs 10 to go over each of them. Now, I understand the matchup on paper isn't great versus Cleveland and their Twin Towers, but I don't care. This is just too low of a line for Clint Capella, who is a very strong rebounder. Head-to-head matchups versus Cleveland, he had 3 last season. That's all we have to go on. He did go over in 2 out of his 3 games, averaging 8.7 rebounds in those games. In terms of rebounds and assists, averaging 11 versus the Cavs. So lots of good things to like here for Clint Capella. Now, again, this is just a replacement for Dennis Schroeder. In my opinion, I would lean Nickeil Alexander-Walker over his assists, but I've given you 2 extra plays on top of this, a bonus play, and that should help ease the pain of that Dennis Schroeder play being removed from the board. So there's our third and final play and breakdown. Clint Capella, 9.5 rebounds and assists. We're going over, and that is going to do it for our plays for Tuesday, November 28th in the NBA. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, and I hope that you did, consider subbing up to the channel. 65-ish% of you will not like this video or leave a comment. Let us prove those stats wrong. Drop a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on these plays that we covered in today's video. Also, share this video, share my channel with somebody you know. Last but not least, regardless of the player props you decide to roll with, I hope that they all respect the damn coin. Best of luck to you all, and until my next NBA player prop video, Chavez is out.